are still at CryptoMondays, Lisbon, Portugal. So we're having a very good time here, and I've had a few interviews now, but I'm super excited to talk to Hamza, who's the chief of Lunar Strategy. Lunar Strategy is one of the biggest and most important launch strategy companies for crypto. So I got Hamza here, he's going to talk about it a little bit. Now Hamza, first though, I'm excited to know somebody and meet somebody who's an expert in launching crypto, right? We love crypto at CryptoMondays. Now tell us about your background a little bit, because I know a lot of our audience, they're going to say, how do I get a job like Hamza? And so tell us a little bit about your background and how you came into this space.
Sure. My background is actually in traditional sales. So I started my career on the telephones in the call center and just worked my way up slowly. I got into IT recruitment for hedge funds. From there we moved on. I went to Dubai and I was working in sales and strategy for Ernst & Young. And after that, my last job was with an engineering company helping them scale across the Middle East and grow and expand their business throughout the region. And then I had a burnout, I went traveling, packed a backpack and saw like 17 countries. Came back home, tried to get into e-commerce, which I didn't like, and a friend of mine was like, hey man, have you heard of Bitcoin? I was like, nope. He's like, you should read this. And I read it and I was just like, yep, I'm in. And then I bought some Bitcoin and Ethereum in 2016. And then I got into ICOs in 2017. I made a whole load of money in the ICO wave and realized how smart I was. And then in 2018, the bear market came and I lost a whole load of money. Immediately realized how stupid I was. And then kind of taught myself risk management, asset management, portfolio management. We're just helping and advising friends and family. And then Tim and me were living together and he started Lunar Strategy. And we've been like working together. Oh, sorry. So we've been working closely together on and off, and then I became a more permanent fixture in the business recently, and I'm now a partner and I help them with client servicing, delivery, and a bit of strategy work.
Okay, so that's very interesting. So you're the second person we've had on tonight that came from traditional finance and then moved into blockchain and crypto after either a burnout or just getting sick of the old ways or reading the Bitcoin white paper. Okay, yeah, so Hamza fits all three. How about that, guys? And so, but you also fit a fourth category that you've been through a bear market before. Twice. So he's been through the bear market, he made a lot of money, and he lost a lot of money. Now, of course, a guy like Hamza, who's been at Ernst & Young and who's been all around the world working in business a long time, knows that's this thing that we call the market. And markets go up and down, and but now it's a bear market right now. We call it a bear market, and you launch crypto companies. How exciting is that to launch new crypto companies, especially considering there's so much risk and so much stress and so much pressure? Even in a bear market, is it really exciting to launch crypto companies?
Absolutely. I mean, it's not fun if it's not challenging, right? Like that, otherwise, yeah. Stability's never been my agenda, right? Like, I like the volatility and I like the intensity for sure. And I think the team at Lunar Strategy, we've been very fortunate to have gone through a bear market. We're a very aggressive sales business with regards to onboarding customers. So we've had some of our best performing months in the bear market, coincidentally, because we've been taking in more and more business and learning along the way what it takes to go and sell a business successfully in a bear market. And it's really using those traditional marketing fundamentals. Understand yourself, understand your customer, understand the problem that you're solving, and have that conversation and have that full transparency. The days of just having a Discord community or a Twitter page, that just won't cut it. We're building brands right now, not just projects, right? And we want to build brand affinity. We want to build businesses that have a long-standing following, long after whether there is a bull market or a bear market. There are customers who are using their product for the next decade. And that's the type of businesses we try and aim and build when we're launching these projects.
Now that's really important, and you talk about you like to embrace risk and embrace volatility. Let me tell you something, a lot of people are against crypto, and it's not because it's a bad thing, it's because either they don't know about it or because they're being told a negative narrative about it. Back in the days when they were talking about Bitcoin hurting the environment, now the days that they're talking about crypto being a scam and all this kind of stuff, up until tonight when I was personally out on the street welcoming people into the event, and a lot of people gave me scoffs and dirty looks when I said, are you coming to the crypto event? Do you need help with the directions? They would give me the scoffs and dirty looks. Even here in Lisbon, Portugal, one of the capitals of crypto and crypto welcoming. So if I'm building a new crypto project and I want to build a brand like you said, and I want to make sales, and I want to convince people that it's a legitimate project, a good project, you're an expert in sales, expert in brand building. How do I convince people that my project is actually legitimate, actually a good project?
The reason you have people with that sentiment is because the Web3 ecosystem is guilty of making these mistakes. The reality is that we still haven't built many consumer-facing products that solve problems. To give you a good analogy, I use WhatsApp. I don't care if WhatsApp is built on C++ or Java or Rust or Solidity. All I know is that I can pick up my phone and securely message my father anywhere in the world. And that's the problem it solves. And we need more products built like that for the broader market, where they don't care about the tech, they just care about the solution. And I don't think there's enough founders who are thinking like that. But we are seeing a massive shift in that right now.
Okay.
I think also, initially in the ecosystem, we were building technology stacks that were supporting each other. We've now got enough technology layers to allow us to build end consumer products a lot easier than we could have a decade ago. So the facility's there. We now just got to have our mind in the right place to say, 1 second, there's a massive problem that needs to be solved and the blockchain solves it. Let me go and build a SaaS product using the blockchain, not just another highly encrypted technology stack that only a handful of people can use.
Right. Okay, so that's super exciting. Now you got to tell me, what are some of the areas where not only a SaaS project or some new Dogecoin copy or something like that, what are some of the most interesting areas? We heard Marwan Al-Zaruni talk about metaverse, talk about esports. What are some of the most interesting areas in crypto that get you excited about launching new products?
One project that I know specifically, they are solving the deposit management and deposit security issue using the blockchain. It's very common, it's very common for people to go and put their money into an escrow, and a lot of the time the estate agent has a relationship with the landlord and the tenant never sees it. And what these guys are doing is they're securing it on chain, and they're using a whole load of data and proof to validate what the standard of the property was when the tenant went in and when they left. And so they're almost connecting it to like a legal system to say, hey, look, what is the criteria for you to get 100% of your deposit back? 90%, 80%, 70%. Oh, there's some wear and tear which is included and there's some other stuff that isn't. And they're monitoring all of that on chain. And that's a real world case use that you can use. And they don't even know that it's on chain. It's just happening in the background again. Another one is just like the evolution of NFTs and how we're making them more utility based. And I'm not talking about Bored Ape and members clubs. I'm talking about one-of-one ownership that makes actual sense. Examples like, oh, you come to visit me in London, but I'm currently sitting in Portugal, and I can transfer you my key to my car or my home as an NFT because it's a one-on-one, and then you can go and access both of them very seamlessly. And those type of utilitarian focused like ideas are the ones that really interest me, that like, oh, 1 second, this makes a lot of sense for us to go and incorporate on chain or on NFTs.
Oh, excellent. Okay, great. Well, we know, thank God that the music has gone, because I was just yelling the whole time here. Normally, guys, me and Hamza are not people that are yelling all the time, but we felt we had to. We had one of the best, most famous DJs in all of Portugal that just finished his set tonight, Valete. But we also have Hamza. I'm going to ask you one more question now that we can talk like reasonable people. So, Lunar Strategy, amazing company, one of the top 20 in the world, I've heard recently, even higher, because there's not a lot of people that are good at this. How does somebody come to you and pitch their projects? Tell us about the process, and then give us an indication of how they can get in contact if they think they have a project that qualifies for your support.
That's a very good question. I mean, if you want to reach out to us, it's very difficult not to find us. As I mentioned, we're everywhere. Just come to our website, lunarstrategy.com.
But don't type in Do Kwon in the same
no.
Google search,
it's
okay?
Lunar with an R.
Lunar.
It's a lunar with an R.
Like lunar to the moon, baby!
Exactly.
All right.
And with regards to qualifying, the criteria is pretty simple. We are a lot more optimistic about projects who are at least at MVP stage. If you've got backing or VC funding, that also makes the narrative a lot easier for us, and the qualification a lot easier for us, because we now have a smart group of people who have already done that qualification. They've done the technical analysis. They've done the vetting of the team. They've also understood the business case for it. But if that's not the case, then just come to us and have a conversation and present the idea. And make sure you have a marketing budget in place, and give us time. That's the one thing that we keep on coming up against. It's normally a customer saying, I want to launch, and we're like, when? And they say yesterday, and we're like, we need 3 months at least, to really make this happen, so we can build that brand awareness and affinity and increase that engagement in the right places and get those customers to take action. It takes a lot of nurturing, and so we just want a little bit of time to kind of work out who it is that we're speaking to. Are we articulating value, and are we able to convert them into actual customers over time?
Excellent. Okay, you heard it here first, y'all. Lunar, and that's Lunar strategy. And what a surprise. World-changing products that have a long-term value are not built overnight. So you need a marketing strategy company that thinks long-term, and they're going to need the time to build it. All right, thanks a lot, Hamza, for your time. Really appreciate, man. It was a really exciting interview, man. I also love having a sales guy on here. We had a lot of people that were selling their stuff, but they weren't real sales guys. So exciting to have you on here, man. Thanks a lot for coming to Crypto Mondays. All right, man.